Hey YouTube, hey Georgia Bigfoot here. Gonna do a tabletop review about several items. Mainly, it's gonna be about this product right here. Members Mark Green Goddess Seasoning. Notice where it says limited time. This came out in February, that I know of, February of 2024. The Sam's Club website shows some reviews as early as late December of 23. Either way, limited time. I've learned that when Sam's Club Members Mark comes out with limited time items, they're usually pretty outstanding. Anyway, where the background story on all this is I have a favorite local pizza place that makes this incredible ranch dressing. It doesn't taste like any other ranch dressing I've ever had. And they bill it as, hey, this is our ranch dressing, and it's creamy, and it's not the place that uses the pizza sauce that I talk about in another video that uses the Stanislaus products. This is a different one. Anyway, so recently I saw this come into Sam's Club and I purchased it, and I was like, I'm curious about Green Goddess seasoning. I've heard about Green Goddess dressing. I've always seen it before. It's a green colored, but I was like, what's the story on this? And so I bought it and took a whiff of it. And when I did, I thought to myself, man, that kind of smells like that dressing from this local pizza place. And then I noticed in the fine print on the side of the bottle, right down here, it says create a decadent Green Goddess dip, half cup mayo, half cup sour cream, 1 tablespoon of seasoning. It basically works out to be 8 ounces and then a tablespoon of seasoning. And so what I decided to do, and I'm going to show you all this way first, and then I'm going to make a bigger batch just to have on hand. And that is, I did 2 ounces, so 1 ounce of sour cream, 1 ounce of mayonnaise, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of this Green Goddess seasoning. You know what? This recipe, when added with a smidge less than a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, this granulated garlic, this Members Mark product, tastes exactly like this local restaurant's mysteriously delicious, what they call ranch dressing. I'm not going to out them. I'm not going to say, hey, this tastes just like so-and-so's place. I'm never trying to, hurt anybody. But what I want you to know is if you want a crazy good, quote unquote, ranch dressing, which I guess in this case is really a Green Goddess dressing, but that they bill it as ranch, this is going to blow you away. It's crazy. So what I've done is I purchased the Blue Plate extra heavy duty. It's just actually called heavy duty mayonnaise. They actually sell this at Sam's Club. Some Sam's Clubs have it. And I bought the granulated garlic, which is a Members Mark product. And I just pulled off the paper lid off this guy, and you can see how beautiful this looks. This heavy duty mayo is not just made by Blue Plate. They also, Hellmann's makes it, Ken's makes it. Picnic brand makes it, Duke's makes a heavy, and the beauty of the heavy is when you're making a dressing or a salad with it, it just stands up better than regular mayo. And I think sometimes in some cases, some instances, may taste a little different. I'm just telling you that this, and this is magical. So let's do something first. Let's get this guy out, our scale, and we're gonna put 1 ounce in of dressing, or rather mayonnaise first. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Yummy. And we just need 1 ounce. It's 0.6. If we go over, we'll pull some of it out. That's 1.1. That's one ounce. 1 ounce of that. The best part about all this too is it works out to be about 1 carb per ounce and about 125 milligrams of sodium per ounce, which is half the sodium of traditional like Hidden Valley ranch dressing. And Hidden Valley ranch dressing is nowhere as thick as this is. All right, now let's do an ounce of sour cream. In this case, I'm using Aldi sour cream. I've also used sour cream by Daisy, and I really can't tell a taste difference when I use either of them in the final result when I use this, this product right here. Let me pull the lid off real quick. Okay, so I pulled the lid off. I'm gonna grab this trusty little guy right here. I'm gonna scoop in, I'm gonna get a quarter teaspoon. Yeah, a quarter teaspoon. And put that in here. This isn't quite the exact ratio as what they're calling for, 1 tablespoon per 8 ounces. 3 teaspoons is basically a tablespoon. Am I saying that right? I think I'm saying that right. And then we're gonna get this guy, the granulated garlic, and we're gonna add a little bit less, maybe like a half. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. What I will say is sometimes this place of ours, this local place that makes this dressing, that they bill it as ranch, but I guess it's really a Green Goddess. Some days it tastes like it has anchovies in it. Some days it doesn't taste like it has anchovies in it. I think it's whoever's making it back there sometimes puts in anchovies. If you want to do anchovies, I use anchovy paste and I add just a smidge. But most of the time, I don't use any anchovies. All right, so this is what this looks like. And I'm gonna not bore y'all with this. And I don't know how to do that little fancy speeded up option on YouTube like so many people do. So just let me mix this up real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so here it is. Oh, it is off the hook. And I've looked around on the internet trying to find out who else sells Green Goddess seasoning. Well, Trader Joe's sells Green Goddess seasoning, which I've not tried, and Penzeys Spices sells a Green Goddess seasoning. Now, in the case of Penzeys, at least on Amazon, you get basically 0.6 of an ounce for $5. And at Trader Joe's, you get something like 2.3 ounces for $2.99. In the case of this, you get 3.4 ounces for $4.48. Probably sort of comparable in a way, price structure with what you're gonna find at Trader Joe's, but I don't have a Trader Joe's near me. And this is still a little bit better value than the Trader Joe's. It's a lot better value than the Penzeys. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've bought basically 10 of these guys, which, I mean, you're probably like, why would you buy 10? Now, how long is that gonna last? Well, it is now March of 24, and on the bottom or the side of the packaging, it says this seasoning is good until like 2027 or something like that. Where is that on there? I guess y'all at home may want to know. It's not showing up in this light. Oh, there it is on the bottom. Best by 2027. And let's look at the ingredients on this guy real quick. Dried onion, dried garlic, salt, black pepper, dried chives, dried green onion, parsley, and lemon oil. 50 milligrams of sodium for a quarter teaspoon, which is what we just put in there. And then the little propaganda on the side says, let's see, a zesty blend of garlic, onion, parsley, and chives with a kick of citrus and black pepper for all season versatility. Y'all, it's fantastic. If you're like a ranch dressing person, or you like kind of creamy dressings in general, this dressing is off the hook. And I'm eating this now right after I made it. But I've learned if you wait a little bit, when I say a little bit, like 20 minutes, it's even more amazing. It's low carb, it's great as a dip, it's half the sodium of a Hidden Valley bottled product. You know what's going into it. It's thicker. It's phenomenal. And when I made it, and I was sitting here and I was telling my wife, this tastes exactly like that famous restaurant, or I should say the local restaurant that's locally famous. Maybe that's a better way to put it. I was like, the world needs to know about this recipe, especially considering that Sam's has made this a limited time item. I want there to be enough demand for this product that possibly Sam's makes it, one day a full-time item. Anyway, I'm gonna make up a bigger batch and I'll just sort of show y'all what that looks like. Not that it's gonna really look anything different than this, so just be a larger container. This mayonnaise freezes well. I'm gonna put half of it in the fridge and I'm put the other half of it broken up in smaller blocks in the freezer because I just don't want this giant tub of mayonnaise sitting around in the fridge. It'll take me quite a while to work through this guy. All right, so here's 16 ounces of this. And this will last me a couple weeks, making top-notch salads with it. Incredible.